Okay, so this tutorial is sponsored by myself. I created today this character for my video game. It's a combination of ant and a cat, a golden horse. So you can get the NFT on solsea. Also, I create courses for Skillshare. So you can check it in the link in the description of this video. How to create and mint NFTs, how to create 3 digital humans, create smart contracts, and a lot more. Okay, so welcome to this tutorial. We're going to see how to use Firebase and Unreal Engine. My personal recommendation for indie developers that they want to build a game studio and an ecosystem. So what is Firebase? Firebase is the Google Gold product of backend as a service. So it has a lot of services. For example, authentication, so you can authenticate with major providers like GitHub, Facebook, Twitter, phone authentication. So you can synchronize different devices and recognize the same user without writing a lot of backend code and front-end code. Because Firebase is packed with an SDK that is software development kit for front-end. So you communicate with the backend. Okay, but why gaming? This scientist from China, Dongqing Huaihui Dongwu, discovered that gaming increases the gray matter, actually action video game playing. Okay, so with AVG playing, you increase your cognitive control, emotional regulation, spatial distribution, hand-eye motor, contact sensitivity, body movement, and a lot more, according to this article of Nature, published by some scientists from China. Also, the brain gray matter increases with AVG Gaming. So these are the parts of this brain that increases, like the hippocampus, occipital cortex, dorsal striatum, and both hemispheres of the cerebellum. Okay, but why Unreal Engine? I think it's very good as an artist, as a developer, you create the product, you put the hard work, and you are the author of your output. You create the characters, you create the music. I mean, it's not for all, but indie development is like a passion and a mission that to create like in the Renaissance, like Leonardo da Vinci, he created the whole product to have more control and also to make something epic. So why Unreal Engine? Because of Lumen, global illumination, that is real-time global illumination. Is very powerful. For example, the tracing when light enters in a window or reflects from a rock, the shadows. Nanite for dynamic level details. It has millions of polygons possible and is very efficient. Megascans. The Unreal team scanned thousands of real objects like beaches, plants, trees, houses, mountains, and rocks, and they put it for free as 3D assets that you can use in your video game for realistic footage and cinematics. And the metahumans. What I recommend is to create realistic 3D humans that are fully rigged, and then you can export to Maya for creating further details, for example, scars, maybe giving a touch like it's an alien or something like that. But you can start from a base. You can rely on a foundation of a realistic 3D human that is built with dataset of thousands of real humans. For example, this authentication with Firebase, you can sync all the different devices, for example, Android, PC, Mac, etc. As you can see, you can synchronize with your web, so you can have, as we're going to see lastly, you can have all this work done. For example, you can create anonymous users and login, sign up, and you can only allow authenticated users to write to the database. So you can add a layer of security without dedicating months to creating a backend, and you can focus on the game. So as we see, the Firebase real-time database has security rules. It's super fast for sync. So you can, for example, save some blueprints on the Firebase storage, and you can load from the Firebase real-time database and you can allow which users can read, who can write, and who can validate the JSON structure. Firebase real-time database, as this is the way you write rules. Also, there is the Firebase Firestore database, that here you see the pricing that is very affordable. 100,000 documents only cost $0.06 for reading. So you can have thousands of users, and if they make these reads to your database, it will cost very cheap. It's very affordable comparing to other databases, but not a financial advice. Do your own research. So why Firebase? Creating a video game is hard. So the ecosystem of your game studio requires maybe a lot of backend, and you can avoid dedicating a lot of time for the backend and focusing on your game. Also, for game economics and tokenomics, you can track, if you create a token, you can track all these tokenomics on Web 2, and the signature for transactions in Web 3 may only be when it's necessary to not have an extra expense on that. And also, you will need a setup a dedicated server for multiplayer using Unreal dedicated servers. So you will need to make that investment to create, if you are planning to create a multiplayer, you will need an Unreal dedicated server.